Welcome to Stardust Stereo. I'm Parker McPhinney. I'm your host. Today is the 30th of November, year 2025. And today we're going to speak about Venus entering Sagittarius, which it did so today at 12:13 p.m. Pacific time. That would be 3:13 p.m. if you live on the East Coast. And if you live elsewhere, you will have to do the math because I'm not going to. How's that for generosity? Venus in Sagittarius is known for its generosity. It is the big heart. Whenever Venus enters into Sagittarius, we have a period in which we can explore how we can let love overflow. Because Sagittarius loves to do everything bigger than big. When the sign of love, female, arts, goes into that Sagittarius sign, everybody has the opportunity to explore the meaning of big love. The opportunity to add sparkle and shine into your love life. Now, Venus in Sagittarius is known for loving to travel. And the reason for that, if we want to break it down, is that, of course, Sagittarius rules the foreigner, other countries. Venus rules love. So when Venus is in the sign that has rulership over other countries, it certainly adds the element of desire to go where you're not. If they happen to speak with a lovely dialect or foreign accent, all the more inviting. So often, when people have the birth placement of Venus in Sagittarius, they will be world travelers. There's other signatures in the chart that can give that, but Venus in Sag is certainly one of them. But not just traveling. It's also a voracious reader placement. It's a placement that gives idealism and many factors, not just love. Idealism is at the core of all knowledge. Sagittarius is known to want to be a forever student or to actually be a forever student. Sagittarius also rules the law. So it has jurisdiction over the justice system. With Venus in this sign, we can probably see the laws changing, especially here in the United States of America, regarding when you marry people from another country. And this is sort of exasperated right now because of our immigration tussle that's going on. But don't let it get you down, because Venus in Sagittarius also rules humor. So while Venus is traveling through Sagittarius, which it will do so until December 24th of this year, yes, on Christmas Eve will be the day that Venus leaves Sagittarius and moves on to practical Capricorn. So if you're doing a workout right now, know that you'll overdo it. That has to do with the workout of exercise with the physical body, writing comedy, writing love novels, shopping for therapy. It'll be an overdrive. Be careful. Don't take all your money with you. Don't give yourself access to all your money when you're out there spending for the holidays. Or come the day after Christmas, you might regret it. Because the Venus in Sagittarius placement has such a big heart and big eyes, it tends to overbuy, overeat, overindulge in romantic fantasies, although that sounds all right for me. I think that that should be allowed because, you know, humans have flaws, and let's just have a 3-week period in which we don't look at those and we just project and imagine the most fabulous romance. I think that's a good plan. Or at least that's my plan. Venus in Sagittarius this go around, as opposed to where it was last time it was in Sagittarius, will be different. It's never the same. This is why I do not get bored with astrology. It is never the same. This time, the ruling planet of Venus in Sagittarius, its depositor, would be Jupiter. And Jupiter is in Cancer, where it loves to be. Last time Venus was in Sagittarius, Jupiter was in Gemini, where it does not love to be. And since Jupiter in the sign of Cancer rules the housing market, we may continue to see the housing market grow until it does eventually self-correct, which will probably happen at the end of the month. So if you are buying a home, you lucky person, if you are buying a home, don't get into a bidding war because you will be overpaying. But let's get back to love. Venus in Sagittarius does not like to be fenced in. You know, when I talked about how it's so fabulous with Venus in Sagittarius to think about all the lovely foreign countries you could go to? Well, when a person is born with Venus in Sagittarius, they think about all the wonderful loves they could have. They don't like to be fenced in. Even if they are tried and true to one person their entire life, they still want to feel as if they have that option, even though they may never take that option. The idea of not ever being allowed to explore love on different shores is close to death to them, unless they have something else in the birth chart modifying that. Everything can modify everything in astrology. We'll recap. Don't overspend. Focus on visions of love. Use your Santa Claus energy right now with an eye on the fact that you will get the bill and have to pay it very soon. Read romance novels. They'll bring great joy to you right now. And explore the adventure in love. Love is such an incredible adventure. It's the greatest adventure, actually. You never know where love is going to take you. And it'll take you to very high places. And then sometimes the bubble will pop and you'll come back down to earth, only to be lifted again, as long as you keep your heart open. I'm going to give you some dates. December 2nd, Venus in the sky will create a sextile with Pluto. The power of love. Utilize it. Increase it in your life. Make a list of what makes you feel powerfully loved. On day the 18th, Venus will trine Chiron, ways that love heals me, and the magical maverick ways that I express love to others. December 20th, Venus will square Saturn. Every size but yours. Every color but the one you want. This is the out of stock aspect, as I call it. Or it could be out of stock because of tariffs. I don't know. Ultimately, don't look at the glass as half empty. Look at it as half full, and there's a picture on the corner of the table, and it's within arm's reach. All you've got to do is use your powers to pull it over and fill up your cup. Takes a little bit more effort, Might be a delay in your gratification, but ultimately it's not horrible. Then on the 22nd, Venus will in conjunct Uranus. That is an unexpected curve on the road which requires you to adjust. Maybe that romantic fantasy that you had, or that fabulous trip that you were about to go on, or whatever, has suddenly got a delay, monkey wrench thrown in. What is a monkey wrench? I always say that, monkey wrench. I don't even know what that is. I mean, is there really literally a monkey wrench? Okay, so that December 22nd, Venus in conjunct Uranus says, be flexible and you'll be okay. My suggestion is, since we're going to have inflated vibrations with love and buying and hopefulness and art. Oh, by the way, art auctions, they'll overpay in a big way. Record number of auctions spending zillions of dollars. Record number of sports figures getting contracts that are worth zillions of dollars. The Justice Department is going to be spending a lot of money and suddenly decide, where's this coming from in the budget? Keep in mind, right before the holiday Christmas break in the Christian nations, or everywhere where they celebrate Christmas, which Jesus, I'm sure, has decided it has gotten way too commercial for his liking. They will see right before Christmas slight adjustments that need to be made in attitude, in spending, and in sending. Then on the 23rd, just as Venus goes toward that last little bit in Sagittarius, it's like a horse on the racetrack, which reminds me, December might be a good time to watch the races if you live in countries in which that is happening. Now, there's horse races and then there's politicians, you know? They both can be entertaining. The races for politicians in new seats and the race for the horse to get to the finish line. Not a whole lot of difference there. A lot of money goes on both. Venus will square Neptune on the 23rd, and that is an expression of where is the sacrifice. Because we are ultimately talking about a holiday that's based on the birthday, happy birthday, Jesus, of a man that made the ultimate sacrifice. So my question to you is, what are you going to sacrifice for love this holiday season? You might consider sacrificing a little bit of chocolate so that you don't become a diabetic, or go a little easy on the mind substance, go low on the alcohol. That Venus square Neptune on the 23rd is a classic signature of overindulgence in mind-altering substances, as we know are called alcohol. So be easy on it so that Christmas is actually enjoyable for you. The fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, will benefit the most from this Venus traveling through Sag. Next, the air signs will do exceptionally well as well. That would be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Because you see, when Venus is in a fire sign, it throws the most influence to its fellow fire signs, and then next influence to the air signs. People who are born with earth sun signs and earth water signs will have a little bit of a different picture. And of course, all of this is modified if you have other planets in your chart beside the sun that is in a fire or air sign. everything in astrology modifies everything else, just like the organs in our body. So just keep in mind, from now until Christmas Eve, you've got the Santa Claus Venus sign happening. And on Christmas Day, it will be Venus, being it, will be in the practical sign. So just don't overblow the bubbles that you are putting out into the universe for the next several weeks, many weeks, and you'll be fine. And I'd like to close with a great song that I heard last night by the amazing Tom Waits. Now, I've never been a big Tom Waits fan, but suddenly I'm his biggest cheerleader. I heard Big in Japan, and this is a brilliant song with lyrics that will have you rolling on the floor at his geniusness. So check it out. And if you really like it, support the musician or a musician or an artist in this holiday season and buy gifts from people that create things that you love, so that love that you had when you purchased it goes to the love that the person is receiving it and also to the person who made it. I'm really big on supporting local, and think about that as well. So I'd like to offer you a good holiday cheer for the next several weeks, because we do know for many people this is a time that is with much challenges, but try to just jump over those hoops of challenge and find your happy place while Venus is in Sagittarius. I'm Parker McPhinney. This is Stardust Stereo. I'd like to thank you for listening. I would like to also thank my patrons who have supported me this entire year and kept Stardust Stereo on the air. Thank you so much. And if you would like to become a patron, you can do so at patreon.com/ParkerMcP. There's many different levels. It's as inexpensive as a latte. I want to remind you, you are made of stardust, so go shine.